Well, hello and welcome to Rolynn's Reviews. It is finally Friday. Yes, yes, yes. All right, here we go. You know what to do, folks. As you enter the chat room, please do me one small favor. All I need you to do is to hit that little thumb. That is the like button. I promise it won't cost you anything. All right. um, I get my time mixed up today. I thought it was 6:30, and then I looked at my phone and it said waiting. I said, "Oh my." All right, but we're still here. I just wanted to share this with you today. It's how you doing, Tina, and everyone. We'll do our roll call momentarily. I wanted to share this with you because it just goes to show how people are treated differently, and how celebrities, they don't realize it, but they lots of times they get a free pass whether they know it or not. Um, and so I thought this was interesting. And if you're familiar with this, please let me know. All right. And if you did not see, there was a video last night that I premiered. I thought I would try something different. Premiere videos, just I find I do better when it's I have live videos, and I'm actually able to talk to everyone in real time. How you doing, Thor? Right, Baldwin. That's kind of what I was thinking. I let you say it. And let me see. Let me get. I have to share this out. Um, I've just been so busy. I just didn't. Um, Let me see. Paste. All right. There we go. All right. Let's go ahead and do the roll call, and then we'll get started. All right. Rob Cat says, I saw this video earlier today. Grow up, handle your business, and show some respect for officers. Right, Rob Cat? He's lucky that he is a celebrity, because had that been just a regular old Joe Schmo, oh my God. And again, I wanted to talk about this because I often tell my high school students, anytime that you are pulled over, first of all, usually, there's something that you have done wrong. How you doing, Sharice and James and Tina? Um, and so, you know, try a little humbleness. It won't hurt you, and again, you may be able to escape without any repercussions, any tickets. Who knows? When you're pulled over, just be mannerable, be polite, and you never know. That's all I'm saying. Um, these situations, and I don't make excuses, but you have people who are police officers, and that's a high stress job. That's not making any excuses for some of the actions that some of them are involved in. We know the case going on now in New York, where a man who was serving time was beaten to death. So we know that's going on as well. But I just wanted to share this with you because, again, I talk to my students about these types of situations, and, I tell them, you may be able to beat a ticket, but trying to be, a smart aleck, that's not going to help at all. So let me start playing this. I'm just going to do a review, and you tell me what you think about it. And this happened in New Jersey. And how many of you are familiar with Ice-T? If you are familiar with him, let me know. So Ice-T, I remember, yes, I'm that old. I remember when he started out as a rapper, and he, like so many others, they may start out rapping and then they, go into doing TV shows and movies and starting their own clothes lines and things of that nature. So I don't know. If you're familiar with Ice-T, let me know. If you look at the show, yes, he played on Law and Order. Exactly, Baldwinburg. You're exactly right. Right, Tina. Tina knows. Okay. And so the police body cam, how you doing, Thor? Was working. So we do have footage. So I just wanted to give you my review of his interaction with the police, and you tell me what you think about his actions. All right, let me move this up and hit that like button for me, please, folks. Here we go.
Oh, sir. What's up, officer? Officer, just let you know you're being recorded, okay?
I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything.
You know your registration expired since 2021.
That's where I'm going.
So you have your license expired as well.
So listen carefully. I'll put the closed captioning on too. Rob Cat said he's also in a band, Body Count, one of their popular songs. Oh yeah, Rob Cat, he received a lot of flack behind that as well. Yes, Rob Cat, you're absolutely right. Cherie says there are wonderful officers. I was traveling and had a flat tire. The officer changed my tire. I had roadside assistance, but he insisted because he said it was a safety issue. Yes, Cherise, I mean, I tell my students there are good and bad people in every profession. That's just, it is what it is. Okay. And, with my experiences, and I know some people may have been through some bad experiences, but I tell my students, thank God I've never experienced any negative experiences. And I tell my students this: when you're pulled over, good afternoon, Chris, how are you? When you're pulled over, usually you've done something wrong. So I tell my students, just be respectful. Yes, sir. No, sir. That's not going to hurt you to say that. And I told my, when me and my students talk about these types of issues, I tell them I've never been mistreated or disrespected that I'm aware of. And sometimes, again, it doesn't matter what color the race of the officer. Yes, sir. No, sir. Sometimes I had a white officer to say, okay, ma'am, just slow down. Sometimes I have a black police officer to write a ticket. So it just depends on what's going on that day with that particular officer, folks. And that's how you have to look at it. And so tell me what you think, folks, as we're reviewing this body cam. Tell me about any positive or negative experiences that you've had. Like Sharice just shared a positive. Okay. And we know that there are. Thank you, Sharice, for that. So again, he was pulled over. Now he's a star, again, rapper, playing on TV, playing in movies. So you would think he had someone, to, say, hey, you need to do this, but hey, whatever. So he has a suspended license, registration is expired. So he has all kinds of things going on. All right, let's finish this. I'll play some more, then we'll stop and talk.
That's why I'm going to the DMV. Give me my paperwork. You're
Yo, don't touch me.
Give me like that. Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera.
Legendary rapper and actor Ice-T, best known for his role as Detective Odafin Tutuola on Law and Order, was pulled over in New Jersey for what looked like a missing front plate on his Porsche. Things took a turn when officers...
Okay, now let me stop it. What do you think about the interaction that he just had with that officer? Type it in the comment section. So again, you're in the wrong. And he comes up, and now he's disrespectful. He's using profanity. That does not de-escalate a situation. It escalates a situation. Okay, so that's just how it goes. Sharice, very disrespectful. Thank you. And he's a famous person. So, Sharice, if that were me or you or someone else, it could have ended very badly. And so Tina said he was rude, crude, and uncalled for. Right, Tina? But he's a celebrity, right? And so I guess he wanted some special treatment, and he did not get that. Deborah, how are you? Deborah said he's been playing cop too long. Deborah, all the years he's been playing a cop on TV, he doesn't know how to have interactions with police. This is the best he could do. He needs to start over. And Tina's right and Deborah's right. And again, your paperwork is not in order. Your license is suspended. Your registration is expired. So here we go.
Officers found his registration and license were expired, leading to a heated exchange with the star. Here's how it all went down.
Kilo comes back, negative stolen, 2015 Porsche 911, two-door, color gray. Registration expired. Step down one.
How's it going, sir?
What's up, officer?
Officer Sowell, Hudson County Sheriff's Office. Let you know you're being recorded, okay?
I'm headed to the DMV. That's where I'm going to get all my registration and everything straight on this car.
At first, everything appeared to be normal as a simple traffic stop, but things would soon escalate between the actor and the officer.
You know your registration expired since 2021.
That's where I'm going. I'm headed right there.
I hope everyone heard that. So that registration for that car has been expired since 2021. I'll continue. And Tina, you're right. He was old enough to know better. Right. And you're driving illegally. Be respectful and be humble.
When did you decide to go and change?
Yesterday. I went yesterday. But
Yeah, but what I'm saying is registration been expired since 2021.
the car's been parked.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course I'm sure. That's why I'm trying to get this car set up to roll. Yesterday I went to the DMV and they said that their system was down, so that's where I'm headed. I got 7 cars. I'm trying to get them all straight.
You say you went to DMV yesterday. They said the system is down.
Yesterday, yep.
What time was your appointment yesterday?
I didn't have an appointment. They just take me.
You didn't have an appointment to go to DMV.
I don't need one
Why is that?
because they know me.
Because they know you. Is your passport? Do you have a driver's license with you?
Yep. I'm getting that. That has. That's expired.
So you have your license expired as well.
That's why I'm going to the DMV.
Sir, even if it's 1 feet, you cannot drive with an expired license and expired registration.
I mean, why don't you follow me right to this garage right here? The DMV is right there. You don't got to be that serious about this. I mean, you can, but you don't have to.
Well, is it serious? So, give me 1 second.
I could park this car right here and then walk to the DMV.
That's 5682.
It's 5-6. I'm good. I'm with our
Those are all the things.
You said you have other vehicles registered?
I have 7 vehicles.
Okay.
Receipt. You want me to start the hook?
It's 5'6", somebody. You could have drive valid vehicle who was registered and get this one registered.
Can I handle this? Can I handle this? You gonna take me to jail?
I'm not gonna take you to jail.
Okay, can I park the car here and walk to the DMV?
I'm gonna tow your vehicle. It's
No, you're not. You're not gonna tow my vehicle. Let me park my car right here.
You're not gonna move your car, sir. You give me your keys right now, and I'm gonna tow your vehicle. You try to be more respectful with me, I'm gonna respect you the same way.
Well, then let me. You see, I'm going to.
No, you're not gonna tell me what to do. I'm gonna tell you what to do. So give me your keys right now. If you're gonna go that route.
I asked you, can I park my car?
I said not. Give me your keys, sir.
Okay, Pinky says, I'm on Ice-T's team with this one. I watched a complete video. That officer was over the top. Some of these officers do go on power trips. And this one, it seemed like, I think when Ice-T cursed initially, Smart Final, he was cursing. And I think this guy, when you're dealing with people, so this officer did appear to have somewhat of a power trip. We know it's two men, all that testosterone flowing. So, you know, but hey, he's the guy with the gun and the taser and all that stuff. So, but I think when Ice-T started using profanity, that's when, you know, he was like, okay. Because, I mean, officers at their own discretion, they can say, okay, yes, you can go. How you doing, Mojo? Hey, when Ice-T was asking to go over, you know, let me just go over here. But by that time, he had already started using profanity. Right, Tina? If that were you or me, we're expected to follow as well. Smart Final said, I've seen officers not good, but most around were okay. Smart Final, yeah, and most, you know, where I live, they're respectful. I've had no problems, but I just wanted to look at this and analyze this and give you my opinion, because I always tell my students, just be respectful. Yes, sir. No, sir. And you may, you know, sometimes they'll say, just slow down. And sometimes they'll let you go. You won't get a ticket. But, you know, it's going to, lots of times it's contingent upon what you do, your behavior. That's what I tell my students. All right, here we go.
If I'm not under arrest, then I'm getting out of my car. Give me my paperwork.
Tina, Pinky said that officer was had stank attitude from the start. Pinky, and you know what? That could have been yeah. Who doesn't know Ice-T? Okay. He's been around since the 80s. If you're Pinky, you're a Generation Xer like I am. You know, he started off rapping and then he went into movies. Mr. Fizz, how are you? Right, Mr. Fizz, we agree. Pinky said everyone has skirted the law at one time. Yeah, Pinky, we all, you know, would like a break every now and then as it relates to the law. And like I said, all you can do is be respectful and hope that you don't get an officer who's on a power trip. And sometimes that does happen. Pinky says, yes, I never liked Ice-T. Okay. Ice-T offered to walk. Yes, Smart Final, he did. But I think by that time, this officer was upset. And so he was like, no, I'm towing your car. So, you know, let's see.
No, don't touch me. Don't give me like that.
Give me my paperwork. Get this on camera. This motherfucker. I am a foot away from DMV.
Keep your distance.
You are a fucking asshole.
I'm not an asshole. You've been an asshole to me.
I'm an asshole. I'm trying to get to the DMV. I showed you all the paperwork. Let me start recording your dumb ass.
So 5-6, start the hook and start another unit.
All right, you're in the parking lot for Dunkin' Donuts, right?
5-6.
Irish communications to SO83.
The actor began recording as the officer called for backup. Ice-T appeared visibly angry, frustrated that the officer didn't give him another option to register his vehicle.
Actually, that's it. It's going to be 9001 Bergen Line, where the Dunkin' Donuts is. That's right to reach you. That's 560 Jacob notified you.
So what happened, Sarge?
What's up, Sarge?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm trying to get to DMV to register my cars.
Okay.
I got all the paperwork and everything there. I asked the officer, could I just go over here or even park my car so that I could walk over there, get all my paperwork together. He says he wants to tow my car.
All right, give me a second. Let me find out what's going on here, and then we'll figure something out, okay?
Okay.
Right.
Doing a little too much, Sarge.
Okay. So what I was going to do is just issue him a ticket, let him park here. Okay. He jumped out of the vehicle. He didn't ask me. He came so close to me. And he said, he called me an asshole. He called me an asshole, and he said, give me all your paperwork right now. All right. And everything's been recorded. And your vehicle's been towed. And you're receiving tickets. For right now, for tactical purposes.
The officer received permission to issue the actor 4 tickets, including one for driving with a suspended license.
Deborah, yes, he did. I remember when he released that song, Cop. I'll say Unalive, just since we're on YouTube. He did. And I remember that's when they were talking in Congress. They were talking about rap songs and all the violence. So, yes, he did. Gilbert says, when I got stopped, the cop gave me attitude, called me stupid, an idiot, dumb, My response was, yes, sir, to each one. He got frustrated and calmed down, so he let me go. Hey, you didn't get a ticket, Gilbert, so that's good. Smart Final, yeah, that's what I've said from the start. Smart Final says the officer was arrogant, from my opinion. Yeah, and he was. So I was just reading another comment here. He's always been against law and order. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, you run into people who are on power trips. I mean, what can you do except try not to engage them or engage them as little as possible, people. That's how I try to operate. The less you say, the better. And so, Smart Final, he did use some profanity. So from my take, both of them, Ice-T using the profanity, and then this officer and his power trip. So, both of them, neither one of them gets a pass. All right, let's continue.
What's up, Sarge? Oh, shit, I forgot to, all right, you can issue him the ticket, and that's going to be it, right? He's going to leave the car here? Up to you, whatever you want to do. Yeah, we'll go with that, okay? You're going to leave the car here? Okay. Yeah, he's going to park the car here. No problem. Go across the street and get the paperwork for the car. Okay, but he's getting 4 tickets, though. All right, okay. Driving a registered motor vehicle, driving with an expired license. Okay. Improper display. He got no front plates and no inspection sticker. Okay. How many did you make out already? What's that? 4.
You made 4. You already sent them in?
Not yet.
Yes. Can you bring it down to 2?
Nah, sorry.
Okay. All right. No, it's up to you, bro. I can't. Tell. Okay. All right. All right. I can't tell him as a sergeant what to do. Mm-hmm. I can guide him and I can make a recommendation. Mm-hmm. He's going to give you 4 tickets. Okay. I asked him not to give you the 4 tickets, but he could bring it down to 2. He said no. He's giving you the 4 tickets. What are the 4 tickets? He says you have no front plate, no inspection sticker, no registration, and your driver's license is expired. Okay. All right. All right.
I did, yeah. I did.
Okay. All right.
So I know he's want to come with me, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they know that that you're not going to get the tow and that you're going to...
Yeah, I'm a little right now. Okay.
At some point, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if he told you, but everything's being recorded on these body cameras, so... Okay.
So, as my sergeant, we're not going to tow your vehicle, but you're receiving summonses. These are keys. Is your paperwork, driver's license, everything you gave me? You're receiving a ticket for no front plates.
Where's all the other paperwork?
It's in there. Everything you gave me. It's in the vehicle. You have no inspection, driving expired registration, and driving with expired license.
You're, like I said, you're going to leave the car here and just go to DMV. I'm walking DMV and handle this. So you do know your registration is expired and your license too. Right? That's what I'm going for. Okay. I'm just letting you know that I didn't know if you just knew your registration was expired. You got both. I got everything. Okay. All right. All right.
All right. No, I'm good.
All right. You
just the way he showed me. Okay. I was going to park the vehicle. No tickets issued, but just next time show some respect. That's all I got to say.
I don't have to. All right.
Okay. I don't have either.
All right.
So you have a great day, sir.
All right.
In the end, did
you hear what he said? Smart final. So you said that dude was on a real power trip, but as you can see now, Ice-T has a smart mouth, and this other officer who was trying to, bridge the gap was said, next time just show some respect, and then he says I don't have to, like he's entitled. Pinky said I applied to where are we here? A law enforcement position many years ago. After that personality test, I was disqualified because it said I had an aggressive personality. How are some of these people being hired? Some of these people, they have aggressive personalities as well, but they know someone on the force. Their father knows someone. So smart final. What do you think about the smart comments that Ice-T is making? Tell me. Let this finish here.
Actor was able to resolve the situation, fixing the issues and paying the fines in full. But it raises the question, was the officer fair in handling this, or could they have been more lenient considering the circumstances? Let us know what you think. So, and my review, I think they were both wrong. So the officer, he did seem a little power hungry, but again, when you're already in the wrong, try to eat just a small slice of humble pie. Ice-T had all these things that were wrong. Okay. He's a super rich actor. So yes, now all those fines, they probably aren't a big deal to him. And I don't know how many of you see him? He makes all these commercials for Car Shield. Anyone ever see that? He and Vivica Fox. Right, Sharice? Had that were me or you, we would have been arrested. And he wasn't. And he still has an attitude. Smart final. Ice-T made the harsh comment because the officer was on his power trip first. But smart final. What he just said to this officer, the one who was trying to bridge the gap,
he said, who said next time just be, he was talking nicely to him. And then he says, I don't have to. Right, Baldwin, is it that hard to behave? It's not. Just plain old human decency. I agree. Smart Final, the other police officer calmed the situation. Right, exactly. He was the fixer, the peacemaker. And if Ice-T had not, started using profanity, because the peacemaking cop was saying, hey, didn't want him to write him all those tickets, but this other guy was in his feelings because Ice-T had used some profanity. So he's like, 4 tickets, which is nothing to him. He's super rich. But his paperwork was not in order. I mean, and folks, people get busy, but you would think a millionaire, a movie star, an actor, a rapper, you would think they would have their stuff together. Pinky said that officer just wanted to reign power over him. That could be possible, right? Smart Final, true, but no excuse. I think Ice-T was upset after the initial altercation. Okay. Tina said there's no way on God's green earth any of us could get by with all that. Tina, if you or me or Smart Final, Rob Cat, Pinky, Sharice, if any of us had all of that going on and we were pulled over by a police officer, trust and believe we would not have been given that nice treatment. We would have been taken right on downtown. So his paperwork was not in order. Ice-T claimed he was on his way to the DMV. And, come on, folks. Usually when we're pulled over by police, we all say, well, I was just getting ready to. Who knows? Type it in the comment section. Tell me, who do you think was in the wrong? And again, now, Ice-T's a multi-million-dollar celebrity. You don't have anyone who can take care of all these personal, chores for you. Because he said he has 7 cars. And Sharice, we would have been arrested, right? So make it make sense. He hit that like button for us, folks. He got a pass, whether he knows it or not, even though he had a little attitude. You received more grace than we would have received. Smart Final seems like he said it was close enough for him to walk right over. Pinky said officer power trip. Okay. My take, Ice-T was wrong and this officer was wrong. Ice-T, first of all, when you start using, profanity, and now, I tell my students when they'll come in and say, well, this teacher was nasty or mean to me, I don't make excuses, but folks, let's just be real. You don't know what that officer, and yes, seemed like he was on a power trip. We don't know what he encountered before he got there. And so maybe somebody else had just cursed him out. So when Ice-T started cursing, he was just like, okay, no. So Ice-T was in the wrong. Suspended license, expired registration. So Pinky, I had more than that going on and wasn't treated as poorly. Oh, wow. Okay, Pinky. Yeah, I want to hear about your personal experiences. Okay. Sharice, accept the tickets, you were in the wrong. Okay, all right. And come on, you're Ice-T. He could have called an Uber, Lyft. He could have had his wife or a friend, a relative to take him to the DMV. Why is he driving? And then again, it's obvious to me he wanted special treatment. I'm Ice-T. So, hey, how you doing, Jesse? Happy New Year to you, love. Hit that like button for me, please, sir. Thank you. Mr. Fizz, he rolled the dice driving an unregistered vehicle and got caught. New Jersey laws are strict. Thank you for that, Mr. Fizz. Yeah, Mr. Fizz, let me ask you something. With everything, since you live there in Jersey, everything that Ice-T did not have, if that were you, tell me what would have happened to you in New Jersey. Jesse, I have run into like this. This is the police before at traffic stops. Okay. Tina, you think with all the money that he has, he wouldn't be illegal, right? And folks, again, it's up to the discretion of the officer that has you pulled over. So I just say don't use profanity, because that, to me, that escalates the situation. Jesse, he thought he had white privilege and forgot he was a black man in America. Okay, Jesse. Well, we know those celebrities, they like that. They get used to special treatment. So when they don't receive, or they perceive that they're not receiving it, oh God, it's oh my God. Mr. Fizz says, towed vehicle, not allowed to drive any vehicle. Someone would have to pick me up. Would you be arrested, Mr. Fizz? Tickets. Okay, Mr. Fizz, thank you. Pinky, fist fight, and I went after my opponent with a weapon, was handcuffed after I calmed down. They let me go and was still treated well by the two officers I had to talk to. Okay, Pinky. All right. And this is what I wanted to know. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fizz. Mr. Fizz said not arrested. Okay. All right. And again, folks, it just depends. It's like a roll of the dice. It depends on the officers that you encounter that day. And I think it's contingent upon, again, what they dealt with before they came to your scene and how you react and respond to that officer. I think, Pinky, you said you backed the blue. I backed the blue too. But like anyone in any profession, you have people that do things they shouldn't do. You have people that go on power trips. I mean, it happens, folks. It is what it is. And again, I tell my students all the time, when you're pulled over, yes, sir, no, sir, a little humble pie, a little respect will get you a very long way. Jesse, I've had run-ins with the police at traffic stops. Okay, Jesse. Okay. All right. Gilbert, I think people forget cops are human. Right, Gilbert? They're not perfect. Sometimes I have students to come in and they're complaining about this teacher or that teacher. I'm like, hey, I know you think we're perfect, but we're not. Give that teacher a little grace. And sometimes I'll have a student, and that's why I'm making this analogy. I'll have students, well, this teacher, she was nasty to me today, and da 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 da. And I always tell them, look, I'm not making an excuse for how you were treated. However, you don't know what that teacher dealt with before you got to their classroom. And I said, sometimes people lash out at other people because the intended target is gone. They're not there. Right, Pinky? I think that has a lot to do with it. And training as well. Training to me is one of the largest factors. Pinky, you don't know what they had to write. Mayor, how are you, love? Yeah, and if we could all extend some grace to people, that's all. That's me, that's Mayor, that's Pinky, Gilbert, Jesse, Mr. Fizz, all of us. If we could extend some grace to everyone like we expect to receive. How you doing, Beverly? This world would be a heck of a lot better. It just would. And I thought about doing I might do a video on the officers, and I think, was it 14 officers were arrested? Oh, CJ Parks, how you doing, love? Thank you for the super chat. These hearts in the comment section are just for you, love. Thank you so much. CJ says, hello, my good friends and fellow veterans. Sorry, I've been away visiting family in Texas. I'm glad to be back. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and New Year. Yes, CJ, we're glad that you're here. So glad that you're here. Pinky, a lot of these public school teachers are expected to be teachers, babysitters, therapists, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Pinky, yes. Right. Tina, treat people like you want to be treated. That is the golden rule of the Bible. I think we need to live by that. I'm with you, Tina. I am with you. Yes, ma'am. And we all, fall short on a daily basis. And that's how I handle it. Because if you look at it, teachers, just like police officers, are often ostracized. And we're expected to be perfect human beings, and we are not. And I always tell my students, students that I may be particularly close to, and then they may be having an issue in another teacher's classroom. And and I'm like, I'm sure it's nothing personal, but, and I always tell them, just give them a little grace. I'll say, sometimes people have things going on at home. Little Johnny goes in there and gives Miss Williams a hard time every day, second period. So when you go to her classroom, third period, she's angry and upset, and she may yell at you. And that happens. This generation, they internalize everything hurts their feelings. I'm a Generation Xer. You can't hurt our feelings like that. We don't give a care. We don't. Pinky, yes, teachers, police officers, parents are the core of our society and the least appreciated. Pinky, you just dropped another truth bomb. Exactly. That's just where we are. But as a whole, as a society, I think social media has caused us to, further, degrade each other. And you have so many, keyboard warriors. Yes, Pinky. I have to explain to students, we are not perfect. And police officers are not perfect. However, Pinky, I think most of the issues with the police are due to lack of training, or I think you said earlier you applied to be a police officer, but you didn't pass the psychological test. I think, and a lot of those people, I looked at it. If you look at Dateline, I looked at a Dateline episode 2 nights ago. This officer was hired in a little small town in Ohio. The town manager was warned not to hire this guy. He had a whole slew of cases where he had, beaten African-American males. But he wanted a tough police officer, captain or whatever. And he hired this guy, and he wound up killing someone. And of course, the town was sued. So sometimes it's who people. There are a lot of people that shouldn't be police officers, but they know people. And it happens. So again, I tell people, you don't know what that police officer is dealing with. Good, Pinky, that was very smart of you. So just if they call, if you're having an interaction with police or someone calls the police, just be respectful. It will just make the situation, a lot smoother, if that makes sense. And as educators, just like police officers, we are taught to de-escalate a situation. Prime example, we start our second semester on Tuesday. So Pinky, if I have a student come into the classroom Tuesday, you did cursing me out, I'm not going to stand there and curse at her as well. I will quietly ask her to leave, and I will call the front office so someone can come and remove her from my classroom. Now, if she comes in there and curses me out, and then I start saying, wait a minute now, you fill in the blank. Well, then I just escalated the situation. And we're taught to de-escalate. Tina, my daughter is a school teacher in Athens, Georgia. All right, Tina. All right. Kudos to your daughter. People need to teach their children how to behave in a classroom. Pinky, they don't do that. They think that we are professional babysitters. They don't want to be bothered with their own children. It's crazy. Even at the end of each semester when we're testing, there are parents that send their kids to school when there's really no need. But I had a student tell me before we got out for Christmas break, I said, well, you know, this particular student, he didn't have any state tests. I said, so why are you here? My mother made me come. And I said, where's your mother? He said, she's at home. So you see that mindset. They think that we are professional babysitters. And that's the problem. They're your children, but you don't want to be bothered with your own children. Make it make sense. I don't get it. I don't. If you understand it, explain it to me, because I don't understand it. And part of the problem, Pinky, the parents are trying to be their friends. Okay. And so they're not teaching them morals and character, and they come to the school. And again, every time I hear people say the schools are creating the pipelines from the school to the jail, I said, no, ma'am, no, sir. The parents do that. I don't want to hear it. I created none of that. I had nothing to do with that. Those are your children. If you don't raise them, oh well, and they're unleashed on society. I think I was reading an article in Texas, 3 young men, 12 to 14 years old, breaking into someone's house. They were all shot. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Where were the parents? You know, so I have not created, I have never accepted that. That I'm helping to create the pipeline from the school to the jail. No, they're not, Sharice. Everything is someone else's fault. Exactly, Pinky. You're exactly right. And that's, you know, that's how I try to look at it. And even with the case in New York, I don't know what was going through those officers' mind. Again, obviously they should not have done what they did. And obviously they should not have been police officers. I just think it's ironic because the liberals are always complaining about the South being so racist. Look at where all these incidences have been happening in ultra liberal New York. Ha! What a joke. The school to prison pipeline is what breeds volunteer their children for. Right. Thank you, Pinky. They sign their kids up for that, not me. So stop it. I'm tired of them. There are too many black boys suspended. Like we're doing nothing else but picking on black boys. I'm not doing that because I don't have time, and white teachers aren't doing that either. We're too busy. We don't have time to pick on your son. We don't. And some idiot here on YouTube wrote a book talking about telling black parents how they can protect their black boys from the racist white schools that they're sending them to. I'm like, oh my God, you can't make this stuff up. CJ, I came in late and missed the video of Ice-T. So what exactly happened? Oh, CJ, you're fine, dear. So he was stopped in New Jersey. And I think his license was expired, suspended. His registration was expired, and it'd been expired since what, 2021? And he was pulled over, and Ice-T was upset because he was telling the officer, I just want to, the DMV is right here, just let me go over here. And when the officer said no, Ice-T started cursing, and so he and the officer had an exchange. I think that they were both in the wrong a bit. I think when Ice-T started using profanity, that escalated it. The officer seemed to me to be on a bit of a power trip, and so too much testosterone there, folks. Basically, it's just too much testosterone. It's, you know, but again, I'm looking at it from my eyes. You know, I just would have. I know how I am in those types of situations, and you know, yes sir, no sir, and I don't use profanity, so I would not have been in that situation to start with. But okay, Pinky, my daughter had great teachers, mostly white teachers. Right? No one is discriminating against Black kids. They need to stop with these lies. They don't have time. Pinky, he wants to protect the Black sons, build some Black schools. Right. So, yeah, they're sitting up writing these books, becoming rich. What you need to do is hold a seminar and tell people how to raise their children and hold them accountable and make them responsible. A lot of these situations that we see out here, and since we're talking about that, I'll show you something else. I've been watching a lot of these little shorts on people in court. Pinky, I know you'll appreciate this. Ice-T is not a dumb person. He knows he should have had his registration and license up to date. He brought this on himself, right, CJ Parks? But I think he became upset because since he is, you know, famous, he was just like, you know, let me go over here. And the guy was like, no. So let me show you. If you'd like to see it, I'll pull it up. I was watching this yesterday. These kids were in court, and they're just, to them, it was hilarious. They're just laughing. So let me show you. Let me find it first. And CJ, what I said about this situation is he's a multimillionaire. You mean to tell me you couldn't have someone to you know, handle all of this type of business for you? Because I know he's busy. He's on a television show. He makes these commercials for Car Shield with Vivica Fox. He's busy. I don't think he raps anymore, but let me find this for you. So these are some of the kids that act a fool. I'm searching for it now. It's a short. Here it is. Okay. Act a fool in the schools. Close this out. And everywhere else. And then they get out there and it gets real for them. Jesse, how are you? My favorite teachers were my Black teachers. My white teachers were racist and bigoted and just wanted to collect their check. They didn't teach us anything useful. Jesse, what are you, Generation X or baby boomer? What generation are you from, dear? I'm going to stop this. I'm going to show you, because most people have no clue what we deal with. I think, is this it? I think so. And I was looking at this and I was like, oh. Teens in court, dancing and laughing. So everything's a joke. Tijuana border jumper. You're a conservative boomer. All right. Pinky said Jesse, 30 years old. Wow. CJ said this might have worked in LA, but not New Jersey. It's really just laughable. Right. Yeah. It's how you doing, Caesar? Right. Now let me show you this. This is what we're dealing with. So since we're picking on if you look at statistically speaking, suspension rates, mostly black boys and black girls. But it's the school's fault. Let me show you what the courts are dealing with. Hope you can see it.
This is the moment a courtroom descended into chaos after teens began smiling, laughing, dancing, and cursing.
Hold on, let me I'm gonna have to speed that up so I don't get copyrighted. So this is what they're doing in court, dancing and singing. They won't. So this is what we're supposed to deal with, right? Future scholars, right? Right. Future scholars. And I would bet you, each of you, a steak dinner. I would bet each of you. Let me see if I can play this for you. If I can get this. I don't think I can get it. Yeah, I can't get it. I was going to try to speed it up. Smart Final said PhD and MD candidates. Right. Okay. Thank you, Jesse. Those children are right. So this is what you want us to deal with. I'll let it play, but I'll turn the volume off so I'm not copyrighted because I'm trying to. Okay. That's what we're supposed to deal with, right? No, ma'am, no, sir. Now, if they're doing all this in the courtroom, what do you think they're doing in the schools? Somebody type it in the comment section. What do you think they're doing in the schools? Look at them. Right. Yeah, future scholars, astronauts, doctors, lawyers. Yeah. But we're creating the pipeline. The schools are creating it. No, ma'am, no, sir. Parents. Pinky, you just I do it the other way around. Let me see. That I was looking at that one. All right. Okay. So I can stop sharing that. I had one more thing to share with you. So now you see what we're up against. So yeah, they leave the school and eventually the police get them, but again, not because of me or my actions. Nope. Not I'm not accepting that. And Pinky, I'm not. I teach the students that want to learn, and the ones that don't, well, they just go on. Right, Baldwin? There's Ice-T who thought he was going to get some special treatment. All right. Because of the parents' act. Right. But we're blamed. We're the culprits. And I tell everyone that will listen, no, ma'am, no, sir. All right. I think I'm frozen here. Tina, I have 4 kids and they're grown, and I have 11 grandbabies. None of none of them act like that. I think that's what she's trying. Yeah. It's the parents. It's not us. Stop making these lame excuses because you didn't do your job. CJ said, so this is what our country has to look forward to with this upcoming generation. I'm glad I will not be here when they're in their 40s to witness it. I am concerned for my children, nieces, and nephews. CJ, I could show you 1,000 more videos like that. I could show you videos like that from now until the rapture, you see. And it's ridiculous. And me as an educator, I am sick and tired of being blamed for something that I did not do. What are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? And again, when you see kids like that, acting like that in court, what the heck do you think they're doing in the schools? And I'm supposed to waste my time with that? When I have kids over here that are trying to learn and go so they can go to college, because the ones that we just looked at, that I just showed you that little short of, they're going to be making excuses as to why they are failures at life, and it's their own fault. And I don't want to hear it. Jesse, what state were you in, Jesse? I didn't experience that, and I'm older than you. Pinky, I had a niece locked up. I talked to her probation officer and they kept her another year. I didn't mean for that to happen, but her mom ran from the phone. Wow. Pinky, hopefully that young lady was able to get her life in order. I hope she was able to. So again, folks, accountability and responsibility. All right. CJ, just think about what happened with the fall of the Roman Empire. CJ gets it. Yes. Colorado. Okay, Jesse. All right, Jesse, that wasn't my experience. I went to school in New York, Pennsylvania, as well as North Carolina. That was not my experience. Okay. And hey, we all have different experiences, but that was not my experience. Okay. And CJ, that's what's happening to America. And while they're laughing and acting silly, like I said, look at those kids in Texas that were 12 and 14 years old breaking into a house. And excuse me, we need to go back. They need to go to adult prisons. You're out here committing adult crimes? No, you don't need a slap on the wrist. And you see this guy that just arrested, he pushed the guy in front of the train? Another scholar. Thank God, if I was in charge of something, I would definitely be unalived because I cannot tolerate that. I would not be able to. She's worse now, Pinky. Next time she gets locked up, it might be permanent. Well, hey, as I tell students, there's a place in society for everyone. They build in jails every day. If that's where you choose to go, all right, ma'am, sir, enjoy. How you doing, Isaiah? Yes, Isaiah, I am. Music therapy, he was not arrested. My take on it, we've been talking about this from my take. Hit the like button for me, folks. Right, CJ? My take on it is Ice-T was pulled over. His license was expired or suspended. I think his inspection sticker was out. His registration had been out since 2021. And the officer, he was like, officer pulled him over. He was like, can I just go over here? And the DMV is right over here, walking distance. And when the officer said no, how you doing, Katrinka? So Ice-T started using profanity, got out of his car, Then it just escalated. And then the officer appeared to be on some type of a power trip, especially once, Ice-T started cursing. So it just went back and forth. So in my eyes, they both were wrong. Music therapy. And that's what I'm thinking. Because, in Ice-T, he didn't say it, but the way he was talking, he expected, he didn't have to say, look, I'm Ice-T. What are you doing here? But his actions spoke loudly. Happy New Year, Katrinka. Privilege and celebrity. Yes, Jesse. They don't get charged with influenza like Brock Turner. They try them as adult, only applies to Black children. That's what Jesse said. Okay. I think everyone, you commit adult crimes, I don't care what color you are. Hey, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. They have somewhere for you to go. Katrinka Sandoval, do you know who I am? Right, Katrinka, exactly. So he didn't say that, and I now tell me in the comment section, I was thinking about that. I kind of think this often, how many people don't know who Ice-T is? Again, he's all over the place. I kind of think that guy knew who he was. And I'm for sure the second officer knew who he was, because he was trying to say, hey, let's let him go. But that guy was like, nope. Tell me, those of you who were here, CJ, you can go back. I want you to look at the entire video. Sharice, you don't? Sharice, I'm older than you, Sharice. I remember when Ice-T first came out, late 80s. He was a rapper. And then, like the rest of the rappers, he'll start doing television shows and movies. Tina, right. He was Driving Dirty. That was a rap song. I forgot who made that song, Trying to Catch Me Riding Dirty. That was actually a rap song a few years and years ago. Pinky, that officer knew who he was. Yeah, Pinky. Pinky gets it. I was thinking the same thing. He knew who he was. Ice-T is everywhere. Movies, television shows, commercials. I was thinking the same thing. Pinky gets it. Yep. Pinky said that officer knew who he was, and he used a strong hand with him. You got jealousy vibes, Pinky. Okay. I was thinking that, Pinky, earlier. I just didn't say it, but that's what I was thinking. I'm like, he knew who he was. He's like, the attitude, I'm going to show you. I know who you are, but I'm going to show you. So it's a power trip. Rapper, then TV, right? Music therapy. CJ, I had a similar incident back in 2010. I got pulled over a block from my house for what the cop said was a rolling stop. I forgot to put my USAA insurance card in my truck. CJ, he told your truck. CJ, you couldn't show him your electronic cards? That's what I have on my phone. I have my Geico app on my phone, so my cards are electronic. Oh my God. Vapor, most of the cops know of Ice-T's gangster history. Vapor has a good point. Vapor, right. Vapor, good point. You and Pinky are on point tonight. Yes. CJ said it cost him $200 to get his truck out of impound. CJ, CJ. And so, as indignant as Ice-T was, had he been you or me, that vehicle would have been impounded. You would not have had an option. I would not have had an option. Exactly. Jesse, I hate these double standards when it comes to race and justice. Black people and Black children get the book thrown at us all the time, but our white counterparts get slaps on the wrist. Okay, Jesse. Now we know the criminal justice system has its inequalities. We know that. Music therapy. So he got a ticket then. Oh, how many tickets did he get? 4? And let's be real, Jesse, since you said that, it's all about the dollar bill, y'all. Black or white. If you have money, you can beat the rap. It's about the green. It is about color. The green mostly. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just giving you facts. That's how it goes. Jesse, was this in Los Angeles? This was in New Jersey, Jesse, and this body cam footage was just released. This happened in New Jersey. CJ Parks, of course, the judge did throw out the no proof of insurance citation once I showed, okay, the insurance card, but didn't reimburse the $200 for the impact. CJ, I'm sorry. Oh my God. Money. Yeah. The criminal justice system is not equal. Money, money, money. If you're, a celebrity, high-powered celebrity, black or white, you have money. Me, everyone in the chat, I don't think anyone in the chat has that kind of money. So it's not equal so far as we're concerned. So they have more money. They can get better counsel than we can. I'm not saying, I never said it was fair, but that's just how it goes. We do need criminal justice reform. We do. We know that poor people have to get the court-appointed attorneys. They don't care about those people. They're just earning a paycheck. It is what it is. Black people and white people who have money, what do? They go out here and hire high-powered attorneys. That it is what it is. Lord Jammer, how are you? Lord Jammer, is this surprising from a guy who put out a CD called Cop Killer? He has always been a hypocrite and a cop hater. Okay, Lord Jammer has a good point. Yep, you're right, Lord Jammer. Hit the like button for me, folks. You're absolutely right. Okay, in New Jersey, that's originally where he is from. Yeah, that took place in New Jersey, Jesse. So Jesse, like I said, Jesse said, ask Bill Cosby and Puffy. They got money and they still got the book thrown at them. That's what I mean. Even if you have money and you are black, you still get treated differently. Harvey Weinstein. Okay, what do you think about that in the chat? And they're saying that happened to. Now, I'm a person who believes in people receiving their comeuppance. Now, the Bill Cosby situation, I was doing some reading. They were saying that was about, those Hollywood elites. When you get off code, out of step, they are coming for you, Democrats. And Bill Cosby, from what they said, he was telling black men to be respectful and take care of their family. He was telling them things that he wasn't supposed to tell them. P. Diddy, I think that, all of his stuff just caught up with him. And I don't know what's going on with Harvey Weinstein. Where are we? Police department need to do away with quotas. They invent right. And they do music therapy. I'm all for that. Pinky. Some of those public defenders care. I remember someone that deleted 2 people in daylight in front of a crowd that had a PD and not guilty. Wow. They're few and far in between. You see a lot of these cases. Who is that guy that does the Innocence Project? Barry Sheck. Remember, he was part of OJ's Dream Team. He's over the Innocence Project. And there are a lot of people, mostly black and Hispanic, who had been in jail for years and years and years. And now, of course, with the advent of DNA, a lot of people are getting out of jail because they're innocent. And, you know, had they had money, you know, possibly they would not have been there. You know, it's all about that. The main color is green, in my opinion. And if you have the green, and I don't know what's going to happen with P. Diddy, but R. Kelly's situation, I had no problem with that. My only problem with R. Kelly, those mothers were not held accountable. They should be in jail as well, not just R. Kelly. Same thing with P. Diddy. Put all those people in jail. I don't care what color they are. P. Dummy, who tried very briefly to call himself Brother Love, Lord Jammer. Woo! He got a reason to hate the police, though. He moved to LA and had to deal with crash community resources against street hoodlums. Okay, Jesse. Okay, thank you. Okay, CJ Parks, what's funny about that incident, Rolynn, is that since that incident, I came to a complete stop and looked to my left and count to 3. Then say, when I looked to my right, CJ, that's okay. If that was $200 when your car was impounded in 2010, I hate to imagine what that cost is now. So you keep doing that, CJ. Jesse said, shout out to the Innocence Project. Yeah, that's with Barry Sheck. And come on, if OJ didn't have the dream team, come on, guys. You know. I mean, if you have the dream team, how much time are you going to make in jail? Please. Remember, OJ didn't make time until he got caught up in those charges in Vegas when he was trying to recollect some of his memorabilia that those guys were trying to sell, and he was taking it back. That, you know, so but we know why OJ, we know about that. He had the dream team. Of course he wasn't going to do any time. Money, green. Jesse said, who was that, Jesse? I don't know who you're talking about, love. Music therapy, he did. But music therapy, you know what I say? No, none of us gets away with anything before we leave here. We all have a comeuppance, as I get that from the old Gunsmoke and other Westerns that I watch. None of us gets away with anything. We all have a reckoning, a day of reckoning. When we take our last breath in these bodies, music therapy, it can't be done. Jesse, yeah, put all them people in jail in a perfect world, but this ain't a perfect world. The jails and prisons were for our people, just like the police were the slave patrol. Okay, Jesse. CJ, if it don't fit, you must have quit. CJ. Yeah. Joseph, CJ, music therapy, Jesse, me. If any of us had the dream team, we're not doing one day of, we're not serving a sentence of anything. We know that. Joseph, it looks like a lot of individuals that participated in rap music are finding out what it's like when the rap music hype is gone. Joseph, excellent point. Yes, music therapy. Yeah, you had Johnny Cochran and Barry Sheck and the Kardashian, all these people, you're not going to jail. You could be guilty of sin. We know that. Jesse. Oh, I know that, Jesse. I know that. But to me, that was his comeuppance. Because of the way he went about getting his memorabilia back, it was considered kidnapping and stealing. I listened to the audio, and the OJ that people were used to seeing and hearing, using nice proper English. No, I heard that audio, whoop, sound like he was in the hood. You so-and-so thought you were going to steal my so-and-so. You do. Ooh. I said, okay, now that's the real OJ. Jesse. But I know what you're talking about, dear. Marsha Clark should have known music therapy. Yeah, they made mistakes. But again, you have the dream team and you have people over here that bumbled and made so many mistakes. Of course you're not, whoever it is, you're not doing any time in jail. Well, you music therapy, I missed something. Joseph, why is it just rap music? There are several rock artists who have committed crimes and done wrong. No one bats an eye when they do something. Okay, Jesse's having a conversation with Joseph. I guess because in the rap world of rap with the gangsters and you know, they portray this hardcore. Pinky said OJ would have been convicted if the LAPD hadn't let his attorney take that suitcase he was carrying when he got home. Woo! Yep. They made a gazillion mistakes. And I've always said, I know that, you know, OJ was probably guilty of sin, but, you know, he had the dream team. That's America. He had the green, so. But again, music therapy and everyone else. Yeah, and the police didn't, they contaminated the scene. They didn't collect evidence correctly. Dennis Fung lied on, perjured himself, saying that he did not grasp the envelope with an ungloved hand. He sat right there on the stand and said that. And then, of course, Barry Scheck, being the expert that he is, played the video. There you are right there, sir. You see this clip right here? And it was 95, 100 degrees that you're going to collect DNA and put it in a van in California where inside the van it's over 100 degrees. Come on. They screwed that. OJ had the dream team and they made a whole plethora of mistakes. It is because those in different types of music did not rub a majority of a population the wrong way. Rap music really angered corporate executives and their shareholders. Ask Warner Brothers. Okay, yeah, I remember that. And, you know, they were in Congress talking about it. Even some of the black gatekeepers in Congressional Black Caucus were talking about it. Caesar, I was a teenager and young man in the 80s. I know plenty of brothers who have gone to prison. All of them were guilty. Some of them should have gotten more time. All right, Caesar. Caesar's in here dropping some truth bombs. Pookie and Ray Ray. Music therapy, yeah. Furman lied. Furman told all those lies, just like all those other people told all those lies. And then you have the dream team. No conviction. We know, but again, OJ did not get a music therapy. OJ did not get away. How you doing, Chubbs? He did not get away with his crimes. I don't care who has, I don't care what kind of money you have. We all have a day of reckoning with our Creator. So you may get away with it here, but you're still going to pay. Bet on that. I'm sorry, Chubbs. Pinky said, but the whites buy more than half of the rap music. Okay. Lord Jammer. Where are we here? At music therapy, Pinky said he was carrying a suitcase and one of his attorneys took it before the police arrested him. Yeah, I know. Only God knows what was in that briefcase. Lord Jammer, unfortunately, the Dream Team and OJ's defenders made it more about Mark Furman than about the evidence against OJ. Yeah, Lord Jammer. And I teach about DNA and forensics in one of the courses that I teach. And they totally and royally screwed that case up with all of the mistakes that they made. They could have won that case possibly, but with all the mistakes that they made, then they got on the stand and lied about it. And I'm like you, I feel he's guilty of sin, but Oh. Right, music therapy. Katrinka, you thought he was innocent? I said he had. I always felt he had something to do with it. I don't know. The original gangsters were the Irish and Italians. All the black gangster rappers were doing was just emulating them. Pinky said yes. Pookie, Ray Ray, Juan, and Jose put here. Who calls Pookie and Ray Ray? Nobody ever wants to have that discussion. Okay. Music therapy, Judgment Day, love. Exactly. None of us gets away with anything. None of us. The crack epidemic put the drugs and guns in the hood, caused them to go to jail and prison. Yeah. You can thank Jim Crow Joe for that. Yeah. Therese, rap music was never played in our home. We weren't a pop culture family. Okay. In simulation, that high-speed police chase was terrifying. I thought he was going to crash his Bronco. I remember I was still in college at the time. I remember that. I remember where I was and everything. Yes. Johnny Cochran called Jason Simpson to his office days before the trial began to ask him where he was during the murder per Jason Simpson deposition in the civil trial. Yeah, someone, I don't know that. I don't know. I think OJ, I don't know what his hand was in it, but he definitely, and he lied about the cut on his finger. So yeah, I always thought he had something to do with that. They wouldn't have won that case. The LAPD is notorious for those kinds of things. Yeah. And it just, do your job. If they just had people, they were doing too much. Just do your job. That's all. They botched it and going against the dream team. No way that jury was going to convict him. Lord Jammer, that's what I said. Exactly, love. All these mistakes, and you have the dream team. No, ma'am, no, sir, no conviction. Okay, Jesse said OJ was innocent. Okay. Chubb, speaking of getting pulled over, I was pulling over about a year ago. The office came up to a window and said, Chubbs, I pull you over to say happy birthday. The other time I got a ticket. Oh, wow. Pinky, yeah. OJ was, yeah, I wasn't crazy about him. Katrinka, that part. What is ridiculous about the glove comment? OJ's lawyer said was idiotic. Those gloves were leather, and whether it was blood or water, once soaked, they will shrink. Yeah. Joseph, I remember during the OJ Simpson trial that Jay Leno was very angry in his comedy skits because Jay Leno knew he was going to get off. Yeah. Whereas any of us in the chat or myself could not afford a dream team, would still be in jail for double homicide. We know that. Music therapy. I did music therapy. I was in college at the time. And again, forensics was my thing. And I looked at Court TV a lot, and that was all plastered all over. Court TV was just getting started at that time. And the OJ Simpson case really took them through the stratosphere. I read all the deposition transcripts from the civil trial. Music therapy. Lynn, I was at court house for verdict of Michael Jackson. Wow, music therapy. He had his fingers spread so the glove wouldn't go in simulation. Katrinka, OJ never blamed his son. He may have been an butthole a-hole, but that doesn't make him a murderer. Okay, Jesse. Nicole had a drug habit and owed money, the cartel, and they came to collect. I've heard from people who lived in LA at the time. Okay, Jesse, I heard that too. Music therapy. I held a sign that said, with a doctor like him, who needs enemy? You got that right, music therapy. Pinky. Those gloves had been soaking in a liquid solution, so we know they shrunk a bit. Yeah, Joseph. OJ Simpson trial coverage was on literally 24 hours a day during the entire trial. Yes, Joseph, and I was watching when I wasn't in class because, again, I was still in college. I was in graduate school at the time. Jason was obsessed with Nicole. Jay Leno just got beat up and lied and said he fell down a hill. Okay, Jesse. Yep, it was a female cop, and yes, she was nice, but she knew my birthday because of the tickets she gave me in the past. Okay. Jesse, it was the first televised court trial. Yeah, I tell you, that's what took Court TV they were just getting started, and that took them through the stratosphere, and I was watching. I loved it. Yeah. So that's all I wanted. I gave you my review on the interaction with Ice-T and the officer. I hold them both accountable. Both of them could have acted in a more civil manner. In Simulation, I liked his Avis car rental commercials. He would run through the airport. Yeah, I was a kid. I remember those. Katrinka, Jason said he went to OJ's and got a bunch of ski clothing, including gloves and hats and some regular clothes and shoes also prior. Okay. Okay. So that's all I have for you folks. Hit the like button. And I don't know, Blackson is he was busy. That's why he's not on with me now. Girlfriend's pimp beat him up. Okay, Pinky. You guys have some tea on here. Joseph, I hope in the near future that the police and the public can improve their relationship. Joseph, again, it's about civility. On the side of police officers, civilians, and all of us could just be civil. That's gone from American society, and that's a problem. And I think, Joseph, the best way they can improve their relationship is to come together, have meetings, town halls, and for people to, say, hey, we have a problem with this. But I think, Joseph, another main way you can improve the relationships is to improve police training, because every time there's a police officer involved killing, especially when the person who's on the other end of that bullet or knee or chokehold is Black, here come the race hustlers. And I tell people, I don't think people are just snatching their KKK hoods off. Oh, I'm going to kill Black people. I'm a police officer. I think a lot of it has to do with training. I really do, or lack thereof. OJ letting his attorneys imply that his son may have done the deletions makes him a piece of trash. Okay, yeah, Pinky, you're right. And so I look at it like this, and this is what I tell people. At the end of the day, police officers look at the news just like we do. Whether it's right, wrong, whatever. Usually, you don't see Black males, and we have a lot of Black males who are doing well. They're professionals, they're doing well. But when you look at the news, that's not what you see. What do you see when you look at the news? Someone type it in the comment section. It's a hard truth. And you see the worst of the Black males. You don't see the ones doing well. You see the ones who are committing robberies and other crimes. So when they come pull a Black man over, they may already be like, what's going to happen here? And so they're trying to go home at the end of the day, just like you and me try to go home. We want to go home at the end of our workday. Right? Music therapy. And so that's my take. More training. So, better understanding. Right, Chubbs? You're right. Jesse said police are the original slave patrol. Until that culture changes, nothing will change. They still see us as non-human, no matter how much we wish we were in post-racial society, and the media perpetrates it. Jesse, unfortunately, though, a lot of people put themselves in predicaments, right? Not all, but some. They only show black criminals, but there are many more others doing the same work. Right, Pinky? That's what I'm saying. So when they pull a black male over, they may be automatically thinking, uh-oh, this may. And so there's a fear there. There's, and so training. What did I say? I said training. And Jesse, I agree with that. If you're that scared, you may be in the wrong profession. That's okay, Chubbs. So the police need to change their culture, but there's one segment of Black America that needs to change their culture as well. Like that vid, those of you just coming in, I just showed you a clip of these kids in court with handcuffs on, laughing and dancing. They wouldn't be, the judge telling them to be quiet, and they kept on dancing and laughing. Everything's at party. So again, it starts in the home. Yeah. Jesse, you need to see the video. I did a premiere video last night. I'm going to show you. I'm actually going to start talking about that because we keep going back to slavery. Folks, we got to get over that and get back to business. Yes, they're acting out in anger. Reading is fundamental. Yes. If I was an officer, I would approach everyone as if my life is in danger. So yeah, because people are off the chain of all races. Everyone see that link I just dropped? I dropped that last night. It says, "Dear Black community, please stop blaming slavery for everything." And yeah, Jesse, please check that out and hit the like button. And leave me a comment. I will respond. Caesar, thank you. Thank you, Caesar. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes people put themselves in predicaments and situations where you're interacting with the police. I see it all the time. At the school, when Black boys are fighting. Okay? First of all, you're in the wrong. That's an automatic 10-day suspension. Sometimes teachers can't get them separated. Here comes the police officer, the school resource officer, right? And God knows if something happens to someone's child, they're ready to sue. That happened here in North Carolina last year in Durham. These parents were trying to sue the school. Their son was injured. Ma'am, sir, your son was fighting. So he was wrong from the start. Right, Baldwin? Jesse, that I understand what you're saying, Jesse. You don't have to be a part of the plantation system. You don't commit crimes, and you understand what I'm saying. I'm with you, Jesse. I am. I don't commit crimes, so I don't go to jail. I'm not being a part of the prison industrial complex. I'm not. We will stop blaming slavery when others stop talking about slavery. Right. But people using it as an excuse. That's why I did that video last night. Jesse, you're right. Yes, Pinky, we know. I'm just saying, we have to come to a point. Is America perfect? No, it's not. I never said that. I don't know of anyone that said that. We have our challenges. Music therapy. What's your question, love? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're asking, love. Well, here on the channel, I talk about all the time, the Black gatekeepers. They're always talking about, well, Black people are going through this and that and the other. because of slavery and because of systemic racism, white supremacy. Music therapy. I don't know if you were here. This is my 27th year of teaching. Every year I've heard that the schools are creating the pipeline from the school to the prisons or jails. And I say, no, ma'am, no, sir, I'm not doing that. Who is perpetrating the victimhood? The Democrats have perpetrated that on Black America for 60 plus years. And they have the Black Bole and the Black gatekeepers and Black entertainers and celebrities who are continuing to perpetrate this victimhood. Anyone who believes in God above is not a victim of anyone. And that's how I feel. I told you, look, this is Thomas Sowell. I'm an avid follower. If I had time, I would read all 40 of his books. Others talk about how our ancestors were forced to build America through slavery. Okay. Should we stop the wealth inequality and pay the people who built this country? Okay, Jesse. So I'm just saying, yeah, things did not start off right for us, but you pick up where you are. I tell my students, Jesse, some of them, you know, sometimes I'll have students to confide in me. Some of them are in some really bad situations. I won't lie. I tell them, get your education. I don't want to see you in 20 or 30 years and you're still stuck on in this cycle, telling me, complaining about what your mother or father did or didn't do. And it's 20 years later and you haven't moved on. That's unacceptable. Good music therapy. Katrinka, yes, we are in a culture that promotes victimhood to our youth and young adults. My trauma. Newsflash, we all have trauma. Right, Chubbs? We don't all believe in the same God or pray to the same God, so that's a subjective. Okay, Jesse, okay. That's how I look at my life, Jesse. That's how I operate. It's not, life is what you make it. It's not fair, but I'm not looking in my rear view mirror. When you look in the rear view mirror of your car, you're looking behind you. I'm looking forward. Right, Mayor? And I have students that are at Ivy League institutions. I have former students who were at the county lockup and in prisons, various prisons here in America. Make a choice. We have let to be compensated, and we've been picking up where we started. I went to college, got my degree, and can't get a job in my field. So whose fault is that? Jesse, what did you get a degree in? I counsel my students to make sure that the degrees that they are obtaining are in a field that is growing. I have my students develop career portfolios and they research careers. Katrinka. Right, music therapy. That's what I'm saying. Yes. Right. We're not lashing out and committing crimes. We're just trying to make it day to day. I read the transcript, so I know he is not, by the way, the lawyers for the plaintiffs. Okay. Pinky, I respectfully disagree. I don't think OJ was crafty enough to commit. I do, Jesse. Jealousy is tied in with envy. Criminal justice and criminology with minor in African American study. Jesse, you could take a couple more classes and teach. you should sign in. Jesse, sign up with a LinkedIn. You can sign up with various employment agencies to help you find a job. Jesse. Right, Chubbs? I'm not looking in the past. Like I told you, I don't care if there's any person or group or race of people that don't like me. That's their problem. I'm looking forward. I'm trying to continue my teaching career. Vapor, you said too many mods. What's wrong with mods? We have to have a lot of mods because people drop in and drop all these crazy links. Pinky, I watched a video last night about people that can't find jobs, that have master's degrees and can't find employment. One woman is so desperate she's applying at fast food. And I've done, if you want me to, during the pandemic, I actually did videos. You know, you can work from, there are a lot of work from home jobs. All you need is a computer. Jesse, do you have a computer? I majored in criminal justice with business minor, found out to be a zealous advocate. You got to be a zealous liar. I never passed algebra and I'm an accountant now. Katrinka, thanks for that info. Yeah, there are so many jobs you can work from home now, thanks to the pandemic. Jesse, none of us are saying that we are forgetting. We're talking about the victimhood that has been perpetrated upon Black America to keep us in a permanent state of dependency. And that's been done by the Democratic Party. None of us are forgetting America's dark past. We're just saying we're not allowing that to define us the rest of our lives. Does that make sense, Jesse? I've been to Harriet Tubman's home in upstate New York. I've been to FDR's home place. I go to museums and I've been to Gettysburg. You know, I'm a big history person. Yeah, Jesse, get your computer fixed and email me. There are plenty of jobs online that you can do from home. Let me see. Jesse, I'm going to send you my email. Jesse, if you go back, when I started my channel, I was doing videos on that, on work at home jobs. That's my email, Jesse, LSIBERT@ymail.com. That is a lowercase L. That is not a Y. Yeah, what's wrong with the mods, Katrinka? What was Vapor talking about? We have to have mods because people come in here dropping links. And your channel can get shut down with people coming and dropping. Some of the other channels I go to, people come in there dropping those XXX links and all of that type of, I don't need that in my life. Mayor, yes. Poverty is slavery. It's a mindset and it keeps you there. Yes. I got you, Katrinka. Yes, love, I got you. God's timing is perfect, Jesse. Yes. Jesse, I'm not saying well, again, Jesse, my thought process, I am a victim of no one. Any bad situations in my life, okay, I have to own them and look in the mirror. Does it hurt? Yes. But I have to own it. Yes, Jesse, email me, love. And I'm not saying, yes, some horrible things have happened in this country, Jesse. But, yeah, we know about slavery. Look at all the white people that helped Black people during slavery. Look at all the white people that helped during the civil rights movement. So, you know, we have to be careful. That's how I am. Okay. You know, we can't throw the baby out with the bathwater, as the old people used to say. What do you mean, Vapor? Vapor, some mods aren't on the same page as the content creators. So everyone, you know, I tell everyone here, Vapor, to, you know, just everyone has their own opinion. We may not always agree on everything, but hey, they have their own opinion. That's Yahoo, the one I just sent you, Jesse. That was a Yahoo email, LSIBERT@ymail.com. Yes. Prayers for you, Jesse. Yeah, Jesse, I'm going to get Jesse to email me so I can start sharing links with him about when he gets his computer fixed, he can start working from home. Also, sometimes if you modify what you call the position you're looking for, it can pay more money. Yeah, Katrinka, yes. It's a system, not an individual, and racism is a group sport, not an individual. Jesse, I don't give a care. Racism never held me back. If there's a job I applied for, I did not get it, and I don't know what your faith is. That's not where God wanted me to be. That's my belief. Had nothing to do with racism. If I applied for a job I didn't get, I would not have been a success at that particular school. Where are we? Does that make sense to anyone? I mean, that's just how I feel. I mean, we all have our own opinions, but that's looking back over my life. That's how I look at it. If there was a school that I wanted to teach at and the principal was the Grand Dragon of the KKK, if that's where God wanted me to teach, that principal would give me that job. And then when I walked out of that office, he would be like, oh my God, what have I done? Why did I give her that? He wouldn't know because he didn't do it. The creator did it. Vapor, yeah, okay, I get it. Makes sense. Vapor, do you understand what I'm saying, love? Yeah, I want everyone to have their own opinion. We don't want to be like the liberals and where it's a cult and everyone has to think the same thing. No. Yeah. Does that okay? So you get it, Vapor. Yeah, and I want everyone, hey, you know, you don't have to be, you know, agree with me. You can have your opinion. I can have mine. Hey, who cares? Life is good. We still come on here and talk about different issues. And Pinky says, it makes sense to me. You'll always be where you should. Right, Pinky? Instead of being angry and bitter, oh, they didn't give me that job because I'm Black and they're racist. No, that's not where I'm supposed to be. When you have that, how you doing, Bertha? When you have that mindset, you won't go through life being angry, bitter, and hostile. Right, Bertha, how are you doing, love? That's my mindset. Free your mind, folks. You try to get something and you don't get it, it wasn't meant for you. That's not where you're supposed to be. Jesse said yes. Okay, I used to have that same mindset. Yeah. Music therapy, thank you for your time, Lynn. Probably sometime tomorrow, Blackson and I are going to try to get on. Right, Jesse. We agree, we disagree, but we don't hate each other. We're still talking to each other. I'm a Generation Xer. That's how we do. We don't get mad and stop talking to people. And well, now what do? Unfriend you and all that? Unfollow? I'm too old for all that. If someone stops talking to me, I'm not going on Facebook, Instagram to, you know, block. I've never blocked anyone. I don't care. It's not that serious. It's not. To me, that's petty. Thank you, Katrinka. Yeah, that's what I tell people. No one can stop you. Chubbs, if we're always looking down at things in life that happens to us, we will never see life's greatest gifts, and that's God's love for us all. Yes, Chubbs. Rhonda E. I agree with the police officer. Ice-T was disrespectful. Rhonda, that's what I said. He what? Mo Dollars. How you doing, love? Okay, Mayor. Yeah, Blacks is a nice guy. Right, Pinky. That if God removes people from your life, he does that for a reason. Be glad. Look back and turn into a pillar of salt. Ask Lot's wife how that turned out for her. Hit the like button for me, folks. Yeah. And that's all I wanted. Yeah, hopefully he'll be back on tomorrow. Okay. But yeah, like I said, those are my thoughts. Mo and the people, Mayor and the people just coming in. When I end the live, you can go back and look at the video that I shared. And I think Ice-T was in the wrong, and the officer was on a power trip. He was in the wrong too. So when Ice-T escalated, the officer is taught to de-escalate it, but he didn't. Then he went on his power trip. So that's how I feel. So yeah, we'll go live sometime tomorrow. I just don't know when, because I haven't talked to him today. Right, Katrinka? Wherever I am at any certain point, that's where you're supposed to be. Boom. There you go. And I agree. That way, Katrinka. And I'm going to tell you, I learned that from Dr. Charles Stanley. God bless his soul. From In Touch Ministries. I started watching him when I was in college. He's out of Georgia. And he passed away a couple of years ago. But I learned so much from that man. I read some of his books. Also, I have a gazillion of his. Yes, I still have DVDs and CDs. I'm telling my age. Vapor, I love your commentary. Like-minded thinkers, but no thank you. Responsibility is a privilege. Yes, and it is. It is. Jesse, okay, yeah, I will respond to that, love. And like I said, I don't, say I know everything, but the older you get, you do gain more wisdom, and no one can keep me from anything that I'm supposed to have. The only person that can stop me is me. No other human being. Nope. When you look at it from that aspect, like I said, if you don't know about In Touch Ministries with Charles Stanley, woo, boy, I learned a lot from that man. I really did. He touched my heart when I was in college. Yes, Pinky, sometimes things that others can use. Yeah. And like I was telling Jesse, I help students get jobs. And so I can share resources. That's what I do. I work in the summertime when the other teachers are on vacation. I'm still at the school because what I do in the summertime, I help students get jobs. And I meet with employers to find out, what is it that our students need to do a better job of? Why, if students get fired, why were they fired? So major issues, students have problems getting to work on time. They have major problems because they want to come to work and they're on their phones all day. So that's what I do. Oh, yes, Mayor. Oh my God. I still watch Dr. Stanley. He still comes on. I watch him. I have his app. I can show you. His app is on my phone. I'll show you. And you don't know who God will use to Everybody see that right there where it says In Touch? Everybody see that app? Yeah. And for those of you that don't know how Dr. Stanley looks, I'll show you. And like I said, he passed away. I wanted to meet him in person. I went down during the pandemic, and he was like 91, 92, and they weren't letting anyone see him, obviously because of his advanced age. That's how he looks. So again, we don't know who God will use to touch our lives, but he was used to touch my life. And I ordered some of his books. I have a couple of his Bibles, his CD, his sermons. Oh my God. And that's why I have the mindset that I have now, because of, he did a series, God is in Everything. It's like a 6 CD series. And that's why I have the mindset that I have now, because I still listen to that. Bertha, yes. My mother even looked at him. Yes. Music therapy, yeah. If I can, if anyone needs me to do a mock interview, I will. Pinky, I actually do that too with my students. I have my students to create a career portfolio, and I also have them to do job applications, and I have them to do, we have an actual CDE, career development event called job interviews. So I prepare them for a job interview. So that's something else that I do. I actually teach them how to do the mock job interviews. So I do a little bit of everything. Katrinka, he died a couple of years ago. Again, I went down to his church to try to see him during the pandemic, the summer of the pandemic, and I got to meet some people that worked there, but they, with his advanced age, they were not letting anyone, see him. So, but I know when I go up there, I'm sure God has let him know he really touched my life. He really did. I am. Rolynn, I have to exit stage left. We'll try to check in tomorrow to see when your live chat is tomorrow. I have chores to get done outside. Hope everyone. Thank you, CJ. Thank you for the super chat, love, and thank you for stopping by. I don't know what time Blackson and I will be live tomorrow. Just whenever he is not raking and burning leaves. He's still trying to get his outside straight. Music therapy, very cool, Lynn. Those are lucky students to have. Thank you, music therapy. When I come back on, where are my Charles Stanley books and CDs? I have stuff all over. But yeah, I'll show you that man. That's who God, you don't know who your creator will use to touch your life, but that's who he used. And I'm glad I was open. And like I said, I was still in graduate school at the time. And once I listened to his series, God is in Everything, that changed my whole life. And so that's why I'm like, no one can stop me from anything. No one. All right, I'll let you go. It's Friday night and we're feeling all right. All right. And I know if you're like me, and I still listen to my music, I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. In Simulation, Vince Everett Ellison view on slavery is eye-opening. It shocked her. In Simulation, I just started looking at Vince Ellison. He's pretty good. I look at him and Bishop, what's his name? That guy that's real good, that tells you the truth about the Democrats and their evil schemes. Okay, music therapy. I'll sing you a song. What can I sing? I don't know. Let me see. Don't stop thinking about tomorrow. Don't stop. It'll soon be here. It'll be here better than before. Yesterday's gone. Yesterday's gone. Ice-T is the same person that said he did not like Tupac hit him up, a multi-million-dollar who could not pay requirements, registration, and you can renew your license through the mail. Media sound bites. Yes. Captain and Tennille. Yes. Love. Love will keep us together. Think of me, boy, whenever some sweet talking girl comes along, singing a song. Now, you know I love Captain and Tennille. Stop, because I really love you. Stop. Oh, my God. Look in your heart and let love keep us together forever. I will. I will. Okay. That's right, Jesse. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. Okay, I like that too. All right, I'm gonna let you go. Enjoy the rest of your Friday night. We'll be on sometime tomorrow, probably in the evening if Blackson is still burning his leaves. Just make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have it on all for all notifications. Share this out. Yes, Katrinka, share this out. Tell them to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. YouTube wants to see interaction, so please, even once I end the live stream, you can go under the video, leave comments. I'm not doing anything with my life, and my cat is plotting my death. So leave me comments so I will have something to do while Kitty is plotting my death. So enjoy the rest of your night. Love you. Be safe. And I'm going straight to the comment section now. And like I said, once I end it, leave some comments under the video. And I'll see you tomorrow again on the Rolynn's Reviews YouTube channel.